Hey guys. Oh, we are in for a hot week. We're talking in the hundreds. Even here where it gets what I think is hot in the summer, it's typically not that hot. I remember when we came down here the very first time when my sister moved down here and we came to visit, and I don't even know, at that point we weren't even planning on moving yet. This was a year before we actually moved. And it was 115. And everyone was saying, this is not normal, this is not normal. And fortunately, it hasn't been normal. But this week, it's going to be hot. And so there are things I need to do. The garden is looking so good right now. In fact, I think I'm going to come out here tonight when the sun's gone behind the mountain and give you a tour a little bit. It's doing really well. Best it's been all year. Tomatoes still are horrible, but everything else. Quick update on the fence situation. It's all done. You can see it goes all the way down. But the best part is there's no fence. This is a horrible lighting. Hang on. So there's the new fence. And now there's no fence right here. So it was right where these logs are laying. It opens up everything so much more. It looks totally different. Of course, now it's just exposing all the junk that was back here that I got to get rid of. So in the last video you saw that Bill was here. So he was able to take all the dirt and we were able to fill this corner in here. And then he was able to get the path started. It's a little wider than it's going to be. But the path started up here, which mirrors the curve of the path down there. And so these trees will be coming out, and then this area will be grapes. And then above this path will be our fruit orchard. And the eucalyptus trees on this side of the fence, so this one here, this one here, this one here, those will all be coming down as well. Here's a wide shot of the garden. And then he also dug some more out down here. And like I told you before, this area down here, starting right here that way, that's all going to be taken down to the level of this here. So we've got another probably 8 to 12 inches to bring down. And then I'm going to use these bricks, and those will be down here. So I'll just finish this wall here, bring another one out on this side just to match. Possibly take it across here and make one little terrace. I'm not sure about that yet. I think more importantly, right here at the bottom, so the path will come out through here. There's quite a drop here, so maybe put just one little wall there. So that's all a priority, because once I have those walls built, then all these bricks up here will be out of the way, and then we can take this down all the way across. Talk about changing the way the place looks. That will really change it. And then in addition to that fence, remember he was going to put the fence up that I had to take down to bring in all the dirt into the pasture. Hi, Bella. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. So take a look. So it was down from right there at this post here, all the way over. You can see the electrical is still kind of hanging there. I got to get rid of that. But we have a fence again, a real fence. I don't have an update on Daisy because this is only a couple days after the last video, but should have an update by the next video. And I hope the update is she's coming home. Several of you have commented on, yeah, that right there, Ollie's ba. It's very ugly. It does not sound right. It sounds like he has laryngitis or something. Can you say bye for us? Bye. Oh, and a couple of you had questions on his butt right there. And that spot. That is from back when we first got them. And Bella was trying to herd them or something, and she would gnaw on the wool there. And so it's growing back, but the other's growing just the same speed. So, ooh, what do we got going on here? I'm keeping an eye on the rest of these bananas and bird of paradise just to make sure the gopher doesn't come back into this area. I haven't done the gopher wire or anything yet. I'm not sure I'm going to. I may do it on the bird of paradise, but the bananas grow so quickly. As soon as they're big, you know, a big stand of them, they're going to be, you know, the gopher might be able to gnaw into the base, but it would take a long time for them to actually do some major damage. With the heat coming over the next few days, a big priority this morning is getting some shade on my tomatoes. I planted some new ones because I told you before this has been a horrible summer for tomatoes, at least for me. I've got some new ones in the ground. They're about waist high and they've got fruit and they've got buds. And if I don't protect them, the flower buds for sure are gonna fall off. So I'm just gonna toss some 35% shade cloth over the trellis. Just drape it over the beds out here where some of the peppers are to keep them from getting sun scald. And then this coming spring, I'm gonna build a whole apparatus here to be able to have shade cloth on them all summer from the get-go of the heat, so that at least I can mitigate that portion of the problem that I'm having with tomatoes here at this property that apparently I'm still getting used to. Climate at least. I just remembered several of you asked for my recipe that I used for our Kahlua pork. I'll link a link down below in the video description for the recipe that I used. All right, got the shade cloth up. It's 35% shade cloth. Will that be enough? Should I have gotten the 50%? I guess we'll see. You can see here on the ground, this is the line. The shade cloth is in this area here, and this is without it. So as thin as it looks, you know, there is some shade that it's creating. We'll see if 35% is enough. All right, the sun's not quite behind the mountains yet, but the garden is in shade. I guess it's that time of year. As far as the shade cloth over the tomatoes, I mean, they look okay. We do have a little bit of curling here. I might throw another layer on tomorrow of the shade cloth. I'm thinking 35% is not going to be enough for this weather. I think normal weather, normal summers, it would be. But at least I'm going to need to test it now. So the 3 asparagus beds, I mean, they're looking as asparagus should. They're in between green and yellowy brown because over the next, you know, month or 2 months, they're going to just completely die back. And then I'll cut them down to the ground. And then in the spring, the new sprouts, this will be the 3rd year, so I'll be able to start harvesting. And we had some big sprouts last year or this year, so I could have done it already, but I didn't. I waited. I was a good boy. But we should have a lot to harvest this spring. So we're going to start off right here. I've got, actually, this is these are black-eyed peas, cow peas, and I planted them as a trap crop for aphids. And guess what? They're covered in aphids. And they're the only plant in the garden that's covered in aphids. Get my book for more tips like that. But even though they're covered with aphids, they are still producing some black-eyed peas. Not a lot. Whoa, look at this. It's a grasshopper's, like, exoskeleton. Do they shed their... I guess they shed when they grow. Anyway. Alright, these are the few okra that I have this year. And I see some tiny little okras in here. Now, tiny okras today might mean big okras tomorrow. So, you got to keep an eye on your okra. Zucchini's been prolific, as usual. Right here it's getting a little bit big. I generally harvest these when they're smaller than this. Usually they're around 8 inches and they're not quite so fat. If you go to Trader Joe's and you see them in like the little shrink wrapped tray, that's the size that I generally try to get them on. If they get this big, that's way too big. Anything like this goes to the sheep and the cow. All right, onto the pepper bed, pepper and basil bed. This basil has kind of overgrown the bed, but it has given the bees a great time. They're loving it. We've got lots of bell peppers here. We've got my habanada. Look at all these habanada peppers, guys. Look at them. So they're going to turn orange. And then I'll taste one for the very first time, and of course I'll do that on camera, because you know I've been waiting 5 years to taste a habanada. All right, these are Fresno chilies. I'm gonna pick the red ones probably tomorrow, and we're gonna pickle them. Some more bells. All right, down here on the next level we have corn. I picked one last night and cooked it, and it was absolutely delicious. The rest are getting there. Once these silks die back, turn brown all the way to the cob, kind of like this one right here. This is going to be difficult with one hand. Hold on. Pull back the husk. Yeah, it's nice and filled out. You stick your finger in there and pop it. And if it's clear, it probably has another day to go. If it's white, it's ready. So this probably has another day to go. So I counted about 35 to 40 ears of corn in this one 4x8 bed. All right, another basil and pepper bed. Again, the basil is large and in charge. Got bells in here. That beauty. I can't forget to take that in. Please remind me. All right, we've got some yellow squash. I don't remember buying this kind. I thought I bought all this kind, which is basically just a yellow zucchini. Oh wait. Yeah, look. Yellow zucchini. That's not what these are. Some Japanese eggplants. The rest of them are little babies. And I can wait a couple days. So I'm pretty impressed, being late August, that the garden is... No, this is September 3rd. So I'm really impressed the garden is actually doing this well on September 3rd. Sweet potatoes are still going crazy. There is something eating them. I don't think it's an animal because I don't see any poop, like rabbit poop or anything. If I had to guess, I would say it's grasshoppers because I've seen a lot of them around. But I dug down in here a few days ago. Let's see. And I found some really nice sized sweet potatoes. There. Those are the Beauregard sweet potatoes. These are the Japanese purple sweet potatoes. I haven't dug down yet on these to check and see. Yeah, there's some baby one. I have some baby figs on my fig tree. Oh, there's one right here. It might be ripe. Yeah. This is called strawberry jam. That's why. Very sweet. Okay, sorry. So I think tomorrow morning I'm going to put some more shade cloth on here because I don't think this is enough. I think in this kind of weather with over 100 degrees, it's going to need 50% shade cloth. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Let's see. This comes out on Thursday, which is tomorrow. So it means today is the 4th, actually. Anyway. The next Homestead video will be Sunday. So hopefully through the weekend, we'll get some cool down. So we can get out here and work on some more projects. I know Emily and I are going to be taking a little day trip to get out of the heat. We're going to the beach. We'll probably take you with us. We're going to head to Carlsbad and go to their farmer's market, which the last time we were there, it was really good. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time.